Hello, hey guys. This is a Nuxt 3 beginners tutorial where we are taking a regular Nuxt 3 app and turning it into this beautiful resume app. Now, we are just about done with this resume app. This is part 14 of this Nuxt 3 beginners tutorial. So if you haven't gotten from the beginning, you might want to do that if you want to build this from scratch. Yes, we built this from scratch. I mean, we had the CSS and everything, but as far as the app, yep, built that from scratch. Okay, so we in the last video we learned how to take to loop over a component and use props to add data to the component. When you do things like this, you actually make your app smaller because you only have one component and we're using props rather than repeating um, similar components or the same components rather. So we're going to do the same thing here. This section experience component is this component here, and this data here is this data here. We're going to do the same thing or similar thing in the education. We only have two subcomponents here. All right, let's get going. So the first thing we need to do is make a general component that looks exactly like these two components. So because of the way we named our app, see, it's easy to get to what you want. This is section education, then section education high school, section education university. The way you name the components in your app matters. Section education. So we're going to take that one. We can take either one, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to copy Control C or Command C and Control V or Command V on the Mac. So we're going to rename that. We're just going to call it the same thing. Like we did before, section education component already. And we're going to write some JavaScript. We're going to say script setup. We're going to say const. And you really, we don't need to return these props because we're not using them anywhere else in the app. Say const props, define props. That is a function, I guess. All right, define props. And we're going to say the first prop section, we'll just call this, it's not title, but the school, right? That's the school name, right? So we'll just call this, yeah, we'll be semantic here. We'll call this school name. This is about education. There's a school involved in education. School name. And then this is, we'll just call this the program. And that's also a string. Then we're going to call GPA, grade point average, GPA, and that is a string. And this other one is the dates. Yeah, dates. Since you, yeah, it's call it dates. And we are just going to use mustaches. I believe that's what you call them, little mustaches. School name is going to go here. Program is going to go here. GPA is going to go here. GPA. And dates go right there. If you're going to use your props in a different function down here, then you could do this. but I don't think we need to actually return anything. I believe that should be okay. Let's see if it works, huh? So define props. Okay. So section education component. I'm gonna close that. Just don't save. Leave that alone. Section education component right there. So what we're gonna do is go to section education. Just gonna close section experience. Section education, and right there we're just gonna call section education component, and then I believe we had school name, right? School name, and what's the school name? We need to look at the user interface. University of Colorado Boulder. University of Colorado Boulder. Bachelor of Science was the program. Can I bring this down here? Program is bachelor. Can I just copy that now? Bachelor of Science. And then what was the other one? GPA. I wonder if I'm missing something. Nope. Wait a minute. I am missing something. That's right. We use this one, but this one has this part. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna add that. GPA is 3.56. Actually, the whole thing is called. No, is it? Let me see how we did this. Section education component. Okay, I have the whole thing as GPA. La 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 la. Actually, let's see what I did. I'm gonna just go back in time. Okay, I'm only. I won't use add that because that's repetition. So what I'm going to do, we're just gonna add the GPA right there. GPA, and we just get the number or the score. This is dates. This is dates. Okay, school name, program, GPA, dates. Go back. So the GPA is 3.23. It's not too bad. 0.23. Yeah, science isn't that easy. Oh, look at it. There it is already. 3.23. But we are missing this. So let's look at this component because we use this component to build this general section education component. So section education university. Okay, so this is like the track. We'll just call this the track, and this comes. I'm gonna copy that. Take it to take it there, and it's believe it's over here, and we're just gonna call that the track. And the track will come here. And that's also a string. All right. So this is the university which has a track. I'm gonna put the track right there. And what is the track? Computer science web development track. GPA 3.23. What's the date? 6/10. All right. Let's see if that looks exactly the same. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. Okay, we're gonna have do the school, and the school does not have a track. But rather than us just doing the school, what we're gonna do is we're gonna loop through this component rather than just creating another component like this one. All right, like we did for the section experience components. So we're gonna write in here. This is the section education component. We're gonna write some JavaScript here. I'm gonna say script setup, and we are going to create an object, no, an array of objects, and we're gonna just call this education, I guess. Education, and that's an array of objects. And in the first one, we're gonna say school name. Just gonna copy that, put it right there. The next one, we're gonna say program. This is very similar. So how about I just do this? And I'm gonna get a bunch of errors. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna remove that, change that. There you go, now we're happy. Move that, change that. Actually I don't want to have double quotes. Just single quotes. Let's fix this up. Add some space. Remove the double quotes. Add some space. It should be able to format fine now, right? Oh, there we go. It added the double quotes back. Oh well, that's fine. All right. So this is the first education. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the same thing to the next one. But the other one is high school. We're gonna call James Buchanan High School. James Buchanan. Is that double N? No, an N. High school. The program, technology magnet program. Technology magnet program. The track, there is no track. GPA 3.56. Okay. Smart. 3.56. The dates 2002, 2006. Okay. So we've gotten that done. We don't need the track. So we don't have, let's see how this behaves, right? We're just going to remove the whole track from this object. Wait a minute. If we do that, it might actually check for track. Let's add it back, but it's going to be an empty string. All right. Now here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna loop through. Let's not shut that up. We're gonna loop through. What we're gonna do here is create a span, and then add that component to the span. Let's see, make sure our CSS is not going crazy. Okay, we only have one, but that's okay. That's that one, but we're about to loop through this. So what we're going to do here, we're going to say v4 um, maybe I should rename this, huh? Educations. Is that good English? Educations. Is that is that what is the plural of education? Huh? Plural of education. Educations. Okay, it's good English. It's good to go. We're gonna call this educations. All right, so we're gonna say education index in educations, and then the key, which is the element. So the key. So in Vue, this key helps us to make each element unique. So in case we want to grab something from an element or not show a particular one, if we use the index, we can, refuse not to show it. All right. So okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna say here school name. We're gonna just say education here dot school name. Education dot school name. Education dot program. Education dot program. Education dot track. Oh, there. Thinking for me. That's nice. Education dot GPA. Oh, my laptop 9. So smart. Look at that. I don't have to think. It's thinking for me. So let's see what this looks like. This should look like the way I had it before. Very good. Oh, look at that. We didn't even add the track and it's completely skipped it. Nice. So, yep. So this is done. So in this tutorial, we took a regular Nuxt.3 app from the very beginning and we built all these components and we added some props afterward and you learned about componentization. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial because right now it is done. But if you want to learn more about how to build amazing Nuxt.3 apps where we go deeper into things like plugins, composables, server API, hey, that's really exciting. You can build an API with just Nuxt. Yeah, I think you can do that. All right, great. So make sure you click on the link below, right? So you can learn about how to build amazing Nuxt apps. And I just started creating this website, right? It's called Nuxt Apps. Nuxt Apps, yeah, it's on Vercel. nuxtapps.com. And here you could get free Nuxt starter kits and apps. And I just started. I don't even have this little picture here. But this is a Nuxt.3 bare bones component, a Nuxt.3 bare bones app, right? So that you don't have to start from scratch all the time because look, the fastest way to get started with the Nuxt app is to get one that's kind of already done for you so you can build things faster. So that's the goal of Nuxt apps. So make sure you check this out. I plan on adding some more here so that you can get started really fast. Right now, you can go to this one and it tells you what it has and does not have. Like it has Nuxt 3 RC9, which is release candidate 9, which is the current Nuxt 3 app, um, Nuxt 3 version. And now, was I right there? But there's no CSS or layout or template or anything like that. And when you go here, it tells you like, this is great for you if you want to start from scratch. There's nothing for you, but just Nuxt 3 already built for you. So you just download that, run. Yeah, I send you an email and then I'll, give you some tips. And then also I'll send you some tips on how to build amazing Nuxt 3 apps. Hey, so stick around, don't go far, and let's help people, right? Help some other people that are trying to learn Nuxt with making this website thrive. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for checking this out, and thanks for taking the tutorial up to the end. All right, I love you. See you around. How do we shut the video? Right there. Shut the video. Okay, right there. Stop.